Hello everybody, I'm your brother 9, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Fire Red. In the last episode, we came to Pewter City. We explored Pewter City, we got dragged around by a couple dudes, we went to the museum, and most importantly, we went to the gym, where we fought Brock for our first badge, the Boulder badge. It is chilling right here, and you can see I have no money, and we'll get to that explanation in a little bit. And another very important thing that happened in the last episode, we had our first evolution. James Pond evolved into a war turtle at level 16. He has the same ability, but he's got a lot of better stats, and his moves are the same as well. Now, in between episodes, I have done a little bit of grinding. As you can see here, I have decided on a couple of things. First off, so I'm catching every single Pokemon in the game, right? But there's no need for me to catch a bunch of Pokemon that I have the first evolution, so I don't need to catch a Metapod or a Kakuna, because as you can see, I have a Beedrill and a Butterfree right here. Because, as I said, I think 2 episodes ago, if you evolve a Pokemon, that's considered catching the Pokemon. So I will be evolving all the Pokemon that I get from the base evolutions, especially because some Pokemon you can only get by evolution, like Butterfree and Beedrill, and I wanted to do this in a way that didn't make my team overpowered. So I wouldn't evolve the Pokemon immediately as soon as I got them. I wanted to wait, first off, until I got one of my team members to evolve first, which is why I've now done evolutions between. I wanted to wait till War Turtle came along, and then I was like, alright, cool. That's one case. Now the other case is I want to make sure that whatever the highest level of my strongest team member is, I will only do evolutions that come up to that level or before. And then with stone evolutions and stuff like that, I'll just kind of make my way. I'll probably do them as soon as I can. So in that case, that is why I now have a Beedrill and a Butterfree. I evolved them at level 7 into Kakuna and Metapod, and then level 10 they evolved here. I also started beefing up the rest of my temporary team here to get them ready for their evolutions. Just a little bit of grinding as much as I felt like. They're not going to be full-fledged team members for the most part. Now the other thing I went and did was I grabbed potions, and I think I also grabbed some repels, yes. Potions, repels, and I think a Pokeball as well, because we're going some places, and we definitely want some of those repels. But that is enough dilly-daddling around. Let's finally get out of Pewter City and head towards Route 3. Oh man, Route 3 has a lot of trainers, and I almost went to that trainer right there. Alright, I know we don't need to go down, because down is a bad way, and it looks like this is a required trainer battle here. Hey, Bugcatcher, how's it going? Hey, I saw you in Viridian Forest. Oh, you did? I don't remember you. I'm sorry. Were you the one trainer that I had to fight? Because if you were, then Colton. Did we fight a Colton back there, or did we just see him? Yo, he's got a level 10 Caterpie. He loved his Caterpie so much that he thought it would be a good idea to just not evolve it into Butterfree, which Butterfree's not horrible early game. Like, level 10, okay, that's alright, because you're gonna have a fully evolved Pokemon this early in the game. Cool. However, you're not having either of the evolutions of your bug Pokemon, so I have no idea what you're doing, Colton. You clearly don't know how to Pokemon. And, I mean, I should have expected so, because you do have a Caterpie and a Weedle and a second Caterpie. You're a bug catcher, like, you're probably not going to be doing much. Not to say that bug Pokemon are bad in any way whatsoever, it's just that, well, a lot of them aren't that great. Also, I have a feeling, oh man, I knew they would. I knew they would. Alright, which one do we want to fight? Well, yo, let's fight this girl. We fought a lot of... Oh, no. No, we have to fight both of them. Oh, that's dirty. It's so intriguing. Oh, I'm sure it's intriguing to you, you jerk. What's your name? You're Last Sally? Alright, Last Sally, Lastly, Last Silly, more like. I have no idea what that was supposed to be. That was a great way to insult her, though. Yeah, that's right. Your name's Silly. How silly do you feel? You have Rattata. Why does everyone in this early game have horrible, low-level Pokemon that are just worthless? Mainly because that's all you can catch early game. But that's okay. There are a few good Pokemon, as we've talked about up to this point, but really there's not much. However, on this route, oh man, there's a new Pokemon. Have we seen Nidoran before? I don't think we've seen Nidoran before. That specifically is Nidoran female. Oh wait, we did see. We saw, what is it, a Nidoran male? The one that barks like a dog? And apparently this one growls as well. But we will talk a little more about Nidoran in a bit, because you can actually get Nidoran on this route. And I think, actually, you know, I could talk about Nidoran right now, because I know we're gonna have to fight this dude. Alright, you know what? We might as well start talking about the 3 new encounters on this route. The first encounter, as wow, this guy has 4 Pokemon, and they're all bug. This is fun. The first encounter on this route is Nidoran female. Nidoran female is an interesting Pokemon because it's got female in its name. It's specifically a female Pokemon, but it's not a female Pokemon at the same time. It's weird because back in Generation 1, Pokemon did not have genders. We didn't have those nice little blue and red signs that we have next to our Pokemon names. That wasn't a thing back in Generation 1. So one thing that they thought would be cool was to have a Pokemon that did have like a different kind of species based off of its gender. So they're like, yo, let's make Nidoran female and Nidoran male, and we'll have them evolve into different things, which is cool. I actually really like that idea, and I thought it was a good thing. I kind of wish they could kind of smush them together in later generations, but it wouldn't make sense because they do have different stats, and I should probably talk about the stats. So, Nidoran female eventually evolving into Nidorina and Nidoqueen. It has above average stats. It's slightly bulky, and it's got actually a really, really wide move pool. However, it is weak to some of the most common moves in the game, like Earthquake, Surf, Ice Beam, Psychic, and it's kind of ridiculous because it's a ground Pokemon and it's still weak to Earthquake, and that's because of its typing, which typing is kind of cool. I like Poison Ground, but it doesn't do so well in the helping it out department. Also, I am poisoned. Now, another thing that's interesting about Nidoran female is that with its final evolution, it evolves in a new way. It's not a really new way, it's kind of a new way. It's a stone evolution, but it's a stone that we have yet to encounter. However, it is one that we have talked about up to this point. Now, for the other Nidoran, for Nidoran male is definitely the better of the two. It is actually kind of really good. It's got above average stats. It's not outstanding, but it's still pretty decent, and its attack is probably one of its better things about it because it's got a fantastic move pool that just, it can take advantage of so many different things. And it's pretty great in, maybe not competitive Generation 3, but definitely Generation 1. And it's way, way good in casual playthroughs. So good. I actually considered having Nidoran male for my team. I almost chose it because it would be an early game Pokemon and we'd kind of go a while with not getting a new Pokemon on the team. So if I had 7 slots on my team, Nidoran male with its evolutions of Nidorino, Nidoking, that would have been my 7th team member. However, it got cut only because I liked some of the other Pokemon I have chosen better. And like Nidoran female, it has a stone evolution, the same stone evolution, but we will come to that later. Now, for the third encounter on this route, I will get to in a sec, actually. Whew, I better take a rest. Grown, that tunnel from Cerulean takes a lot out of you. I'm sure it does. Mount Moon is ahead. Ow! Okay, alright, I deserve that. I actually need to be catching some Pokemon, so I will catch some Pokemon as we talk about the third encounter on this route, the new encounter, and that is the beloved Jigglypuff. Whether you like it or whether you hate it, Jigglypuff is a very popular Pokemon, mainly due to its appearance in the anime and in Super Smash Bros. Because it was in the original Super Smash Bros. And it has stuck through since then, which is kind of ridiculous, but you know, it's Jigglypuff. Hey, there's an Nidoran boy. Jigglypuff has ridiculously high HP. Do you see that HP stat right there? That is crazy. However, I got a critical. cool. The rest of its defenses are kind of shaky, which don't really back up its ridiculously high HP. So it can be bulky, but it's not as bulky as you would think, being, what is it, 140 HP, I think? I can't see the stats on screen. You guys can. It also, like most normal types, has a really, really wide move pool, which is fantastic, except it's outclassed by many, many other normal Pokemon in the game. And, like with Nidoran female and male, it actually has a new kind of stone evolution that we have talked about, but we haven't seen the item just yet, which is kind of interesting because all three of these Pokemon that you can encounter on this route have that kind of stone evolution. They're doing something, and if you can catch on, then you know what's going down. However, that is it for all encounters on this route, and we're gonna be catching some Pokemon for a little bit here, hopefully not taking them out. Okay, well, we need to switch we need to switch Pokemon around because James Pond right now is way too good. I think we'll be switching to Margarine, actually. Margarine is level 10 and still, like, got some decent stuff going on, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, I don't remember the moves that it has. Oh, wait, it probably doesn't have the moves. It has Tackle, which is okay, but... or Confusion, which is good, because it's a psychic move, and it's kind of super effective to Nidoran, but it wasn't what I was hoping for. I forgot that it doesn't get, like, Sleep Powder and Paralyze Powder? I don't remember the name of that move. I think it's Paralysis Powder, Paralyze Powder, something along those lines. It paralyzes the Pokemon. It doesn't get that till, I think, like, mid-10s, not mid-15s, like, you can be in the middle of 15, it gets a new move, which would be really helpful for catching Pokemon, because, if you didn't know, I haven't talked about this yet, there's a lot of stuff that goes into catching a Pokemon. Hey, its large ears are flapped like wings when it is listening to distant sounds. That is adorable, and it extends toxic barbs when angered. We have a name. I'm gonna go... Oh, I know exactly what I'm name this bad boy. So, what I was talking about with some interesting mechanics regarding catching Pokemon. So we know that you want to lower the Pokemon is HP so that it gets very, very low, and that makes it easier to catch Pokemon, right? We also know that the lower the level, it's easier going to be catched, and the higher the catch rate, the easier it's going to be catched. But there are some other things that go into it. I think speed is involved. I'm not entirely sure about that, but it's possible. And then, of course, the Pokeball, whether it's a Pokeball or Great Ball. Oh, hey, there's a Jigglypuff. However, there's also something that goes into account, and that is whether or not the Pokemon has a status effect. If the Pokemon is paralyzed, put to sleep, or poisoned, it actually makes it a lot easier to catch. I think it's like 1.5 or something ridiculous like that, but it makes it way easier to catch, which is something you should definitely be considering if you're doing a catch-em-all run like I am currently doing, because you will get to a point where you're going to be trying to catch a bunch of Pokemon that are going to be giving you some problems. However, I've got 2 of the 3 on this route. That's not bad. I think Jigglypuff's kind of rare on this route too. It captivates foes with its huge round eyes, then lulls them to sleep by singing a soothing melody, which we have seen, because our Butter is now sleeping. Or I guess our not Butter is sleeping. What I'm going to call you... we're going to call you Gildy for reasons. That sounds perfect. Alright, we have one more Pokemon to catch in this route, and it's actually pretty rare, I believe, for FireRed, because in the games they have different encounter rates. Nidoran male and Nidoran female have different encounter rates. One of them is really rare on this route, and the other is not as rare. However, I think I will cut to the point when I find the Pokemon, so I will see you guys in a second. Okay, well, I spent like at least an hour looking for a Nidoran female, and I could not get one to appear. I know that it's on this route. I know that you can find one. I know for sure. I looked it up, and I checked several places, and I have gotten one here before, but apparently the game did not want me to get one, which is okay. I mean, I understand 1% of a encounter rate is kind of ridiculous, but you know, that's cool. So instead of spending more time doing that right now, I think I'm going to head up here to Route 4 and enjoy some not looking for Pokemon. Oh wow, that's the Boulder Badge! You got it from Brock, didn't you? I did get it from Brock. Brock is cool, he's not just tough, people like and respect him. They do. I'm gonna become a gym leader like him. Just try to have more than 2 Pokemon that are weak 4 times weak to 2 different types. Ouch, I tripped over a rocky Pokemon, Geodude! Oh, Geodude. We've never seen a Geodude before. I wonder what they're like. I know what they're like. However, there's a PC right here, so after all those trainer battles down there, you can come in here and take a nice little healing, which I would love to do. Thank you very much, Nurse Joy. We had a bit of a tough time there because I'm pretty sure James Pond was not having the greatest of his time of his life because he was poisoned, but I'll switch him back into the front row right here so you can get a nice ticket to the beatdown coming up. Okay, so that's 6 Pokeballs in my belt. Yeah, I don't want to talk to you again. I'm sorry. I just wanted to see if you guys would have something interesting for me. No, I didn't want to look at the bookcase. Hello there, Sweetie Pie. Have I got a deal just for me? I'll let you have a secret Pokemon, a Magikarp, for just $500. Huh. Interesting. Do we want a Magikarp? You know, I don't think we want a Magikarp. We do not want a Magikarp. No, you say no. I'm only doing this as a favor to you. Yeah, well, that's cool and all. Magikarp is a new Pokemon that we can get right there. We have enough money for it, and if you want, you can grab it. It's actually not a horrible Pokemon, despite it being Magikarp. If you know about Magikarp, well, Magikarp itself is not great. I'm not going to do a bio for it right now. I'm actually going to save that for the next episode. But don't worry, we'll get to it really soon. Not a day goes by without Team Rocket being in the news. Oh man, is this the news? It's a clipboard. It's a news. Oh, I'm sorry, game. I thought that was a clipboard. Now, clearly, it's a newspaper. That's it? You're not gonna tell me what's going on in the newspaper? You're not gonna give me any kind of information? Okay. Sometimes you'll have too many Pokemon with you to add anymore. I should store some of the PC. I don't think we've checked out the PC yet. You know what? Let's do that. If we have checked out the PC, then okay. We have 3 different things with the PC. We have someone's PC, we have Dallas's PC, we have Professor Oak's PC. We have kind of checked out the PC back at home. That's where we went to Dallas's PC and withdrew our potion, but there's also a mailbox, which is fun. And there's Professor Oak's PC, which is important because this is something that will help us know how far along we are in completing our Pokedex with our Pokedex rating system. We would like to have our Pokedex rated, the amount of progress we've made, 20 Pokemon seen, and 15 Pokemon owned. Our rating, it looks as if you're getting on the right track. I've given one of my aides a Flash HM. Make sure you go get it. That's something that we can't get for quite a bit of a time, so we're not going to worry about that. Now the last thing, probably the most important thing that the PC has is someone's PC. We don't know whose PC that is we're doing anything with, but you can withdraw, deposit, move Pokemon, move items. You can move items on the Pokemon and around, but mostly you can move Pokemon. So after you've collected 6 Pokemon and you get a 7th Pokemon, it comes here to the PC where we have all our nerds chilling here like Yeknam, Ashichu, Alexander, and yo, Gildy came with a nice Oranberry. You know, I want to take that item, which we will do in using the move items. Yo, Gildy, I will take that item. Oh, I guess I should have bagged it. Put that in our nice bag. Berries are an interesting kind of item. It is usually an item that you give to your Pokemon to hold. You can't just use it. So like with our I have to open the berry pouch. I'm sorry, I didn't think that would be a different bag case. Oranberry. When held by a Pokemon, it will be used in battle to restore 10 HP. Or you can just use it right now to restore 10 HP, but if you could give it to a Pokemon, which I will do, we'll give it to James Pond. When your Pokemon gets to, I think, half health, it will use the item on its own. It won't take up a turn or anything, it'll just use its nice little item, which is pretty great. Lets you heal a little bit without having to worry about things, and kind of fantastic, though it is a one-time use, which is not the greatest. Right here, we have Mount Moon. the tunnel entrance, which we will go into in the next episode. We didn't do a lot of progress in this episode, kind of-ish. We did get all the way through Route 3 and 4, but 4 is like nothing, and we caught a few Pokemon, so that's fine. We'll make we'll make a lot of progress in the next episode. Hopefully get through all of Mount Moon. Maybe not all of it, but a good majority of it. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please click that like button. Remember, you can always click subscribe if you want to stay updated on the series and other stuff coming out from me. I hope I will see you in the next episode. We will head towards Mount Moon, or I guess through Mount Moon, not towards Mount Moon. We're heading towards a different city, the next gym. And I hope that you're having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching.